Introduce you to Miss Cytoscaly and Miss Maggie Filament.
Welcome to Cell City News. On this Sunday night, we have some very important news to share for our fellow citizens.
Unfortunately, the news is very somber. On November 17, 2018, the nucleus of Cell City was killed at 8 o'clock p.m. On his nightly task of coding DNA, he was unexpectedly beat up by a glucose molecule in our city.
Although this news is not of good matters, it means it's time to elect a new leader for our Cell City. The 5 candidates are ribosome, mitochondria, lysosome, chloroplast, and vacuole. Miss Cytoscaly, which of these is the best organelle to lead our city?
Well, you see, Maggie Filament, the choice is very clear. Ribosomes are certainly the best candidate. The function of a ribosome is to make proteins that are needed for different cell functions, such as carrying out chemical processes and repairing cell damage.
The ribosome may be the smallest organelle in the cell, but can do mighty things. The proteins they produce are needed for cells to survive. The proteins are a necessity for many reasons.
Ribosomes are in charge of protein synthesis. Without ribosomes, cells would not receive proteins. Ribosomes consist of a large and a small component made up of RNA. DNA enables transcription, which is the first step to making proteins, which produces messenger RNA, or mRNA. Through translation, the mRNA is then converted into a protein. Because making proteins is so important for life, they are found in both prokaryote and eukaryote cells.
Just think, without ribosomes, cells would not be able to produce proteins. Without proteins, life would simply be impossible. Cells would not be able to repair cellular damage, create hormones, maintain cellular structure, proceed cell division, or pass genetic information, which means reproduce. Without ribosomes, there is no you, there is no me, there is no Cell City. The ribosome is also fast working to get the job done. They can join amino acids which serve as the building blocks of protein at a rate of 200 amino acids per minute. After learning about how important proteins are, you can see how fast ribosomes handle them.
There are 2 different types of ribosomes. Some can be free-floating in the cell, and others are attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. They each produce a different type of protein. Some are used within the cell, and some are used outside of the cell.
Not only is the ribosome oh so mighty, they're also a team player. Ribosomes work well with many other organelles. Without ribosomes, the nucleus would not receive messages to code DNA. Also, the Golgi bodies that package proteins would not be existent for lysosomes to digest. Ribosomes are essential for the cell and will keep the cell functioning by helping other organelles do their job.
If elected as the winner, the ribosomes would work very well with the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi bodies. These organelles would serve as the co-vice presidents. Once the ribosomes make the proteins, the endoplasmic reticulum has agreed to transport the proteins to their needed destination, the Golgi bodies. The Golgi body will then modify the protein and encase them into the vacuole. Both the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi bodies are very important to work with the ribosomes because they deal with the proteins right after they have been produced. The ribosomes are irreplaceable. Lysosomes are typically the main organelle involved in digestion and waste removal. However, more than 40 lysosomal storage disorders have been discovered by scientists, including Gotch disease and Hunter syndrome. Gotch disease causes a decrease in red blood cells, leading to anemia, fatigue, and an enlarged spleen and liver. Hunter syndrome causes joint pain, numbness, and breathing problems.
Electing vacuole would not accomplish much. The vacuole is responsible for the storage in the cell. If the vacuole did not exist, then there would be no place for storage items to go. The vacuole would not be necessary because the lysosome would simply take care of the waste and manage the storage. We can't have an organelle elected who another organelle is capable of doing its job. Vote ribosome, the organelle whose job is irreplaceable.
Ribosome, the humble.
The mighty.
Electing mitochondria could be misleading. Mitochondria is known to be the powerhouse, but mitochondria is just too worried about its title, the powerhouse. Mitochondria breaks down sugars to convert to energy for the cell. It does its job, but could the title of winning the election be something mitochondria will just boast about instead of actually completing its duties? Also, ribosomes are more valuable for the function of a cell because without the proteins that the ribosomes provide for the cell, as we know, the cell would just not be able to function. Therefore, the role of mitochondria would not even be able to be used.
Mitochondria have also been found to gradually deteriorate as people get older, no matter how healthy one is. When dysfunctioning, it can be linked to diabetes, heart disease, and Parkinson's disease. Diabetes can cause symptoms such as blurred vision, fatigue, headaches, and unexplained weight loss. All of these diseases can potentially be life-threatening.
Keep going.
All of these diseases can be life-threatening if not caught in time and or treated. Someone who deteriorates over time and could potentially cause fatal diseases should not be the leader of our great town, Cell City. Ribosomes are always focused on the main goal. Electing chloroplast would not be a wise decision. The chloroplast is only present in plant cells, not animals. Also, the chloroplast is only responsible for the photosynthesis in plants and does not contribute aid to many other organelles.
We need an organelle who will stand tall during all times, not selective times. We need an organelle that is willing to provide aid and help others. Ribosomes' priorities are always looking out for the better of all other organelles and the total function of the cell.
So you see, Cell City citizens, it is very clear why ribosomes are the best candidate. They are obviously the most important organelle in our city. Cell citizens, don't be alone.
Vote ribosomes.